Hey everybody, this is Steve Long. I'm here with another Logos tip for you. Today we're going to be talking about how to make Logos load a little bit faster on your older, slower computers. And I should know because I am running an older 2012 or 2013 iMac here. And for a long time, Logos ran really slow, even on 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I think that's the minimum that you're supposed to have, if I remember correctly. But there are a couple tricks that you can do to help you load a little bit faster, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Now, you notice I got a lot of stuff up on my screen here. I've got my multi-view resources up here. With First Peter and then my SBL GNT Greek New Testament. I got my CNTTS up here. I've got my interlinear open here. I have several tabs open here. I got Thayer's, Lenski, I believe this is Lenski's, and then I have my TDNT open here, and you can see my computer is still running a little bit laggy here, not because of the program, but mainly because I just got finished doing some maintenance to it, so everything's catching up. But anyway, Logos is really a heavy memory eater. Now, if you're running Logos on an SSD, a computer with an SSD drive, you should have no problems. It runs smooth. But for those of us who really can't afford a new computer at this time, or those of us who just can't seem to upgrade to a new computer because we like our computers and have no reason to get rid of them just yet, well, this tutorial's for you. So how do we make it run faster? One of the things that we can do is get into the habit of closing all of our unnecessary stuff out when we load it. And what I mean by that, I don't necessarily mean all these open tabs, but the more windows that you have open, the longer it's going to take to load when you first launch the program. But, however, when you have a bunch of other stuff open, like your interlinear pane down here, or your multi-view resources, it's still going to take longer to load. And so what I used to do was I got into the habit of shutting off all that stuff before I would quit the program. I would close my interlinear, close my interlinear pane and close my multi-view resources. I would keep it at a minimum of 2 windows. I would never have more than 2 windows. If I had more than 2, I would come up here to layouts and do a 2-window layout. And then when I launched it back up, if I wanted 3 windows, I would go to 3 or 4 or however I wanted it. But I would always keep it at a 2-window layout. And once you do that, you'll see this little 2 arrows here letting you know that it's syncing, and you want to go ahead and let it sync so everything can be ready to go. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close Logos out here. I'm going to restart it. I'm going to show you it does open up a little bit faster, not maybe as much, but it does open a little bit faster. But then after that, I'm going to show you a way to make it open up a lot quicker. So let me go ahead and close this out here, and you can see it's closed out and waiting for, okay, the dot is no longer there, so I'm going to go ahead and launch it again. It should load up a little bit quicker without the multi-view resources and the interlinear pane. And had I thought about it, I would have left the interlinear pane and the multi-view resources tabs open just to show you the difference. Now, it's still going to take a minute here, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a little trick once it finishes launching. And you see it's kind of taking a minute. My little colored wheel there is spinning, but it's not taking as long. There you go. Now you see this up here. Your little progress bar up here, or your little notification icon is showing you there's a 1. And if you click on it or hover over it, it tells you it's preparing, updating, or being indexed, or whatever you want to call it, updating the library catalog. And so when you can go ahead and use Logos at this point, but if you're trying to do a search, your search results aren't going to be as accurate simply because it's updating your library catalog, and it does this every single time you open Logos. Another thing you can do to do this is to go to your tools and under your settings and set it to open up to a blank screen, and that's very, very helpful. It launches a lot quicker. And if you need to find your program settings, you simply go under tools. I have mine pinned to the top here, but if you don't, scroll down until you see utilities and then scroll down to program settings. And if you right click on it, you see where it says pin to top, and that'll pin it to the top up there. You saw where mine was already checked, and so I use it often. Now, at the very top under general, you see at startup open to, and I've got mine set to most recent layout until recently, and I'm going to show you this. Now, when I use it, I use a blank layout, and the reason why I do that is because on my older Mac, 2012 or 13 iMac, I don't remember what year, but it loads so much quicker, and right from there I don't have to sit there and really wait for the library catalog to update. I can let it launch. I can go into whatever layout I want to go out and go into and get to work right away. Now, I've got this set, so I'm going to show you that. Go ahead and close this out, and you see here it's syncing. If it doesn't sync, I'll just go ahead and click it and do it manually and let it sync. When it grays out, it's fine. Now, when I'm going to close this out, and when I reopen it, it's going to be a blank layout, but I'm going to go right back to this layout. I'm going to show you how quick it is and how much easier it is. So we're going to go ahead and quit Logos again here. Let it close. Okay, it's closed out. Now, it's completely closed out. I'm going to or whatever, but once it gets past that, it's going to open right up, and you won't have to sit there and wait for this library icon to spin and everything like that. And so this it is preparing the library. Okay, so I lied about that. Oh no, okay, you see how quick that was? Now, how do I get back to where I was at? Simply go to my layouts, and I have my First Peter study open. I click that, and everything is going to open and be just as quick. And to me, that was a lot quicker. And you can actually see I actually have one extra window open that I didn't have open before, and you saw how quick everything loaded. Now it's syncing. I can get to studying right away. I don't have to sit there and wait. A lot of times that little icon that pops up right here, a lot of times sometimes it takes 30 seconds to a minute, and sometimes longer, depending on if there's indexing going on from new books that I've downloaded. But anyway, I hope this tutorial has been a little bit helpful for those of you who have older computers. So just give me your feedback. Was it helpful? Yes, no, maybe, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and next time we'll try and have another good Logos tip for you.